Welcome everybody to the Friday Masterclass on creating a winning listing presentation. My name is Alex Montalenti, CEO of RealGrader. We have Mario Hurley, Head of Marketing at RealGrader. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what brokerage you're with. Wow, we got already a lot of people on the call. I love it. I'm glad to be back.
Speaking of being back, while people are rolling in, remember the request. Let us know what town you're from, how long you've been in real estate, how you doing. And Alex, why don't you share with us a little bit? How was your experience in Argentina?
Yeah, everybody. I did a 1 week trip to Buenos Aires, Argentina. I got invited by Remax Argentina to speak at their event with Brian Buffini and John Maxwell. So both Brian Buffini and John Maxwell flew all the way into Buenos Aires, Argentina, as well as I did. And we spoke to 3,000 agents. I did it in Spanish, and my Spanish is not perfecto. So I'm really proud of myself
Wow.
on that one. And it really landed. We helped a lot of real estate agents down in Argentina with digital marketing. All of you have a huge advantage over here because they are just getting started with Google. They don't even have Google reviews. People don't even have Google business pages. I know many of you already have reviews, so you're way ahead. But it was amazing to see a totally different culture, totally different way of life. There were protests in the streets. I mean,
Mm.
we really have a lot of things to be grateful for here in America when it comes to freedom and security. Because down in Argentina, it was pretty chaotic, I got to say. I still had a great time though. Awesome food, awesome life, energy, people dancing in the streets, having a good time. But I'm excited to be back with all of you today, my familia, my Friday Masterclass people. Thank you so much for joining. I love seeing we got people from Oklahoma. We got people 20 years in the business. We got people from Westchester, Yonkers. We got Berkshire Hathaway in the house. We have EXP, Coldwell Banker, Douglas Elliman, Jeannie Edwards. Wow, long time. Haven't seen you in a long time. That's awesome. Excellent. So share with me, why are you here today? What do you want to learn today? We said, hey, we're going to do a webinar. We're going to do a master class, really, on how to build a winning listing presentation. Because I've been in the industry 25 years or more, and I ask realtors, hey, do you have a listing presentation? And a lot of times the answer is no. And I'm
Hmm.
kind of shocked because I'm like, how can I sell if I don't have a listing presentation? Well, you can still sell, but a listing presentation is going to help you showcase your experience, showcase your track record, showcase your story, your reputation, your social media, all the different elements of success that you've had as a realtor. So my first question for all of you on the call is, how many of you have a listing presentation?
Mm.
Yes or no in the chat. Let us know. Let's see how many yeses we got, how many no's we got. Like an official listing presentation. Like you carry it, you can send it to somebody. It's clickable. It's something that represents your online experience. It represents your personal experience. So we got a bunch of yeses. We got a bunch of no's. No, I need to improve it. Yes, and a buyer's presentation. Basic but needs work. Yes, I do, but I don't like it. I love that. That's that.
Mm.
We're always there, right? Like the next level of incompetence. Like I have a listing presentation, but I got to take it to the next level. Fernando says, not yet. I'm working on it. Lori says, need to improve. I got a buyer's presentation, says Robert. Awesome.
Mm.
So we're kind of, there's buyer's presentations, there's seller's presentations, there's general presentations that we have. But we really want to consider that having a presentation is something you want to have in your pocket. Whether you
Mm.
use it or not, it's just something that is in your pocket and it's something that gets updated. And yeah, like we need to stay relevant. It needs to be updated over time. You get that
Mm.
new designation, you put it in your presentation. You get that new Google review, you put it in your presentation. You get that new social media exposure, you put it in your presentation. There's so many things that can go into a presentation. So that's what we're going to
And
cover today.
Alex, since we're still a little bit early and people are still trickling in, do you have the time to set it up for us to be live on Facebook, or is that too complicated?
Oh yeah, I can give that a go. Let's give that while
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
going here.
Yeah, I like it. I like everybody's being so proactive. You know, it's so great. How many of you guys love coming on Fridays here? Let us know if you love being here right now with us. I have to say, I'm starting to really love doing this. At the beginning, we wanted to do it just to make sure people got something useful that they can implement for their weekend. And now that I'm seeing people being so proactive, showing up early, participating, being heard, let me tell you, super, super powerful for you to say, here's my name, here's my brokerage, here's who I represent, here's how many years I've been in the business. That really speaks volumes to your commitment. And that's how you show up for people. And then people see that. And there's this unspoken confidence, unspoken trust that you emanate. Look at that. I like to use big words sometimes. And then people want to do business with you, want to have a relationship with you. So happy to have you guys here. Alex told you, you guys are becoming our family. One day we'll do this huge party in Miami or Las Vegas or California, and we'll all get together. We'll celebrate all these Fridays of learning, of expansion, of aha moments. And please do be nice. Don't be selfish. If you can invite more of your friends to this thing, we'll help you to invite them. We made it super easy. Yeah, see, Michael Harper says that would be a fun network. Are you kidding me? That'd be insane. That'd be insane. Wait until all these other associations, NAR, EXP, they find out about what we've been doing, and they're like, really? Why didn't you guys invite us already? So thanks so much for being part of this. Okay, we got some technical questions already. See, these people are like, okay, great, we're in the family. Here's my problems. All right, so here's Larry asking. This is like Larry King. You have a cool name there. Uh, you want to read it, Alex? You good to go?
I'm just setting this up. I think we're live now on everything and
Okay,
just going
I'll
full
double
screen.
check. Okay, do your thing. I'll double check here. This is good. If you do have technical questions, some support questions, just put it in the Q&A. Let me see, do we have a Q&A activated or not? No, we do not. Okay, never mind. We'll just have to grab it from the chat, and then I'll hit you back either via text or email, or I'll provide you our support team so you can get served, okay? But we have a very special topic today. It's a very, very valuable topic. It's the first one we're doing for the year. So those of you who said, "Oh, I got to be there," you made the right decision. Are we muted? James says, "Yes, you guys are set up in a what's it called? Webinar webinar format, which means the speakers get to do the presentation, share their screen, and we can also invite some folks to come in and become panelists with us. Okay, but everyone currently is basically commenting and sending their emojis and all that. But you're not right now. Not nobody's in being invited to share their screens. We can always do that, by the way. That's always available.
All right, perfect. I'm on screen share. Let me make sure this is good to go here for you all. Stop share, share screen. Boom.
I like what Dominic said. As my realtor's assistant, I need to learn and motivate. Oh, you get plenty of that here. Believe you me. Thank you, Robert. He says we're very helpful. You like to attend. Oh, Catherine says, I prefer Thursdays. What do you got going on Thursdays? Are you talking about Caroline, Catherine? Okay. I don't think you're live yet, Mr. Montalenti. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, nothing yet.
Okay, sorry about that. And click go live, and we're about to go live.
Ah, okay. By the way, how many of you actually go live on your Facebook or your Instagram? Because let me tell you, that is a game changer. Why do you think we're doing it? How many of you go live on your Facebook or Instagram? Something to consider. Yeah, there you go, Chris. Try more of that. It's
All right,
easy.
we
You
are ready
ready,
to
Mr.
go.
Martinelli? Okay.
All right, first of all, I'm renaming this Friday training. I call it a master class because every week we're doing a different subject. and I want to create mastery around it. I want you all to have mastery around it, whether it be Instagram or LinkedIn or listing presentations. And I want you to invite your friends. Like, this is a complimentary training that I do. So if you're not on the list already and you want to come to these Friday classes, you can text training to 516-400-4161. And if you want to invite anybody else, just let them know. All they got to do is text the word training to this phone number and they'll be added to the Friday Masterclass list. And every Friday we do a different subject. One of the big announcements I want to make is that on April 10th, I don't think that's a Friday, but that's a special event we're doing, complimentary. I actually got one of the biggest YouTube influencers out there to come and do a training for real estate. His name is Sean Cannell. This gentleman has over 3.1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's unheard of. He's the guy teaching some of the biggest players on YouTube in real estate and other industries on how to leverage video. So Mario's going to work on getting the link for that if it exists. If not, we're going to let you know about it. But on April 10th, we're going to be doing a video training, how to leverage YouTube, how to do video. And I'm bringing Sean Cannell on this class. He usually charges a lot of money for these classes. I got him to do it complimentary because I said I have this audience of raving fans. They're in real estate. They're top producers. Can you do a class for them? And he said yes. So this is a huge deal. I don't want you to miss that one. Mario, do we have the link for that ready or it's not ready yet?
Yeah, I have it. I have it ready. Yes, sir.
Excellent. So that's two things right there. You have the ability to join our Friday trainings by texting training to 516-400-4161. And on April 10th, we're doing this amazing training with Sean Cannell. You do not want to miss it. I'm telling you, if you want to get into video, you want to get into YouTube, you want to get your face out there, this is going to be a game-changing training. Now, little background about me, and most of you know my story, but I just want to share for those that don't. I've been in the industry for over 25 years now. My mom was a realtor. That's how it all started. She came from Romania in 1968, came to America with nothing, worked in a factory, and then got her real estate license. Started doing rentals, started doing residential, was doing really well, helping people buy their very first home in America. And then the year 2000 came, and everything went internet. She had to use computers. She didn't know computers. So now she's a single mom, 2 kids, trying to pay the bills, trying to pay the mortgage, and she can't put the listing into the computer to save her life, right? So I come home from college. I start doing it for her. I start doing her digital marketing, and we closed the biggest deal of her life. It was an $80,000 commission check. It changed the whole trajectory of our family's life, because now she could pay the bills. Now she had all this freedom. She was able to grow her business. And then I started getting into digital marketing for realtors and brokerages. And now we are on the Inc. 5000. We just made number 800 fastest growing company. The National Association of Realtors invests in our company. And now we're partnered with all the major brands. So that was no overnight success story. That literally took me 25 years to build. But here we are, and I'm able to do these Friday calls with you all and provide as much value as I can. And I just want to tell you that it's always a journey. So if you're just getting started in real estate, don't expect overnight success. This isn't like $1 million listing. It's actually quite the opposite. Those people spend 10 to 20 years to get where they are, right? And most of you realtors know that. And it does take something, right? But we all have 24 hours in the day. We all have one life. We've all got one brain. So we want to leverage our time. So I, first of all, acknowledge you and appreciate you for spending your 1 hour on a Friday with me. That means somehow, somewhere you said, all right, I see value in this. I want to spend my attention here learning today. So I thank you for that, because you could spend your attention anywhere. And that's also what you want to think about with your customers. They could spend their time, their attention anywhere. So if they're giving you time a day, they're giving you the opportunity to present at their home to get a listing. We want to make that really valuable for them too. And we want to give them something tangible to walk away with, like a listing presentation. I want to share these 2 books that highly impacted my life. I think all of you could benefit from these. This was a game changer. Mario introduced me to this book. It was called The Road Less Stupid. If you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, which you all are, this book is a game changer. Keith Cunningham is the guy who teaches business mastery for Tony Robbins classes. He's on the board of many, many big, huge companies. I read this book, changed my life. And he says this: you get what you tolerate. Raise your standards, improve your life. So if you've got a listing presentation right now that you're not proud of, you get what you tolerate. You're tolerating a weak listing presentation, right? You could raise your standards. You could improve your life. You can improve the financial growth of your company by raising the standards of your listing presentation. I always say, and I learned this from somebody else, I'm forever graduating to my next level of incompetence. I learn something and then I learn something new, which is why I love teaching, because when I learn something new, I teach it to all of you, and at least one or many of you takes action on it, and that gives me fulfillment, right? That I'm learning something, I'm able to teach it, and I graduate to the next level, and then I have to learn something new again. So my next level of incompetence. If you're following, say I'm following. The last book I want to show you before I get into how to build this winning listing presentation is 10x is easier than 2x. This book I read 2 years ago changed the trajectory of our company. And now my company's really focused on the 20% of things that really make a difference for our company, not the 80% of things that I don't need to be doing. And I know as a realtor, many of you have a long list of things you think you should be doing. If you agree, let me know in the chat. Do you have a long list of things every day that you're like, I should be doing this, and I should be doing that, and I should be doing this? I got to do my website. I got to do my digital marketing. I got to do my social media marketing. I got all these things I got to do, right? An infinity list, says Jeannie, right? But the truth is, that is not what's going to move the dial for your business. What's going to move the dial for your business are the high priority big rocks, right? The biggest things, maybe that relationship, maybe calling that referral, maybe talking to somebody who's given you 7 referrals, maybe taking that person out to dinner. I don't know. But there's something that's the 20% versus the 80%. We all know the 80-20 rule, I hope, right? If you don't, you want to read that book, 80-20 Principle. This book talks about if you want to grow your business, do less, not more. And that has given me peace of mind. Mario, anything you want to add? Because you've watched me go through this progression where I thought I had to do everything. I literally had my hands in support tickets. I had my hands in like every little piece of the business. And now I focus on the 20%. One of them is providing value to all of you, which is why I do these Friday calls, right? I have to provide value to my community. That is so important to me. And if I'm doing the rest, I wouldn't even be here with you all today. I wouldn't have space in my calendar to provide value because I'd be in such survival mode on my 100 million tasks on my list. Does that make sense? So this book flipped the script for me. Mario, anything you want to add?
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for engaging. How many of you can relate to this? People writing their checklist, people making sure they don't miss something. How many of you can relate to this? This is part of what, the entrepreneur's flaw, you could say. They're drilling the idea that we're supposed to be a jack of all trades, that we are, trailblazers, and we're sacrificing everything in order to achieve our incredible goals. And it's a false message. In reality, you're not gonna need to do everything in order to be successful. All you got to do is what really moves the needle, which is very few things. Very few things. Building the right relationships, self care, being clear about your focus, and staying with that focus until it produces the result. So we are going through that as well. And yes, Alex, this is awesome. I did see that. I remember, I'll share a quick story. When the first year I was with you, we used to go do presentations and we would go to Miami Association and where we had to set up the booth, transport everything. And I remember I was there to help you, but you were doing all the heavy lifting. You were taking everything out of the car, you were setting it up, and when we finished, you picked it all up and put it back in the car. And I was thinking, why isn't this guy asking me to do something? And I was like, okay, I guess that's the way it used to be. We don't do that anymore.
Exactly. So let's go back here. I just had technical difficulty. What I realized from this book is that we all have the same content, right? We all have 24 hours in the day. We all have access to Google. We all have access to information. But we all have access to building our business, but it's the context we have about it. So me focusing on the 20% that'll make the biggest difference for my business is actually huge compared to focus to the 80%, right? For you all, I'm guessing one of the big things in your business is winning listings, right? So if you're going to go out and win listings and you only got X amount of at-bats to be in front of somebody to win that listing, you want to make sure you got a solid listing presentation. You can't show up empty-handed. You can't show up with nothing. You might win the listing, but don't you want to increase the odds of winning that listing? Don't you want to give it the best possible chance? So the context about how you go in, if you're going in like, I'm not prepared, if you're going in like, I can't get this listing, or I don't have what it takes, or they're going to compare me to others, that's a whole way of survival that you don't want to walk in with. You want to walk in powerfully, confident. I've got everything it takes. I'm going to take it to the next level. I'm going to focus on the most important things in the business. It's this rule of 80-20 that really runs my life now. And that's why I'm going to emphasize it with all of you. And Michelangelo created the statue of David. And I love this quote. He created a vision of David in my mind and simply carved away everything that was not David. My progress in my business and for myself is me carving away everything that is not Alex, everything I don't need to be doing, so that I'm left with the essence of the 20% that's going to make the biggest difference for all of you, for my company, for the world, right? It's that focus, not the distraction. Hopefully that landed with you all. And lately, I've been getting acknowledged with awards and all kinds of things, and that's not really the big deal. The big deal is that I get to be present for the most important things that are going to make a difference for me, my family, my business. And how I got here is by getting rid of the stuff that was the 80 and focusing on the stuff that was the 20. Share, if you could, what's your biggest takeaway from what I just shared? I'm about to get into the listing presentation portion of this masterclass, but I like to open with that because I think we all get so distracted. I do it every day. There's a million things I can work on, right? But I got to get focused on what are my top 3 that are going to drive me to the next level in my business? For me, it's partnerships and enterprise deals. It's providing value to my clients. It's systems and processes. Those are my top 3 right now. Awesome. Robert says delegate and focus on the core business. Chris says hire admins possibly. Lori says focus on the 20%. Jeannie says this is exactly what my office manager has been focusing on with us. Awesome. Focus, discipline. Yes. Amazing, 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 amazing. So start with mindset first. Focus on what drives the business. I love it. Thank you for the participation in the chat. Let's look at this. I wanted to build you all a winning listing presentation, right? And I wanted to show you how to build a winning listing presentation. Now, I didn't have an agent to work with directly, so I said, what can I do that any of you can do for yourself to build something amazing? So I started by Googling this agent. I have this agent, Anna Benavides. She's amazing. She's got 144 reviews on Google. She's doing all the social media stuff. She's in our influencer program. She's a raving fan. She's crushing it. And I said, well, I'm going to try to build her a listing presentation without her. And then I was like, I'm going to show you all how I built it step by step so you can do the same thing. And by the time I got done with this project, I was like, oh my gosh, this is freaking awesome. I bet many of you are going to be like, wow, I didn't know all of this existed on the internet already. Your listing presentation's actually already online for most of you. You just have to piece it together. So I always ask this question, have you Googled yourself lately? So of course, what did I do? I Googled Anna to see what I have available online. Samuel says, will I get a copy of the presentation? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you exactly what to do here, and then I'm going to offer you something at the end that probably is going to help you really well. So your business is whatever Google says it is, right? And if I go on Google, I can find all kinds of information about me. I can find all kinds of information about Anna. So let's go into Anna right now. So I go onto Google. And I put in the name of the realtor, just like you would Google yourself, right? So over here, Anna Benavides. I'm horrible with my spelling today. Anna Benavides, realtor. Here she is. She's in Arizona. So check it out. Anna has a Google business page. Anna has a YouTube. She has a Facebook. She has a LinkedIn. She has an Instagram. She's posting on her Google business. She's got Zillow reviews. She's got Facebook reviews. She's got all kinds of stuff going on, right? If we look at her search results, she's got a LinkedIn. She's got a website. She's got a Zillow. She's got a homes.com. She's got all these different profiles. So far, so good. Most of you have all these profiles too. If you did the digital optimization with us, you probably have all 8. If you did the influencer program, we're posting on your social media. If you're not working with us and this is the first time on the call, you have some online presence too, right? So now how do I leverage your online presence to put together a powerful listing presentation? Well, I start going through all this stuff and I start to see herrealtor.com. Let's see what's on herrealtor.com. So Anna's got a nice digital banner that she can use for her listing presentation. She's got a great picture she can use. She's got recommendations. She's got reviews. She's got a bio. She's got her service areas. She's got her listings, all kinds of stuff on herrealtor.com. Most of you, if you have this filled in completely, have all the same stuff. Just your listings, your bio, your headshot, all that good stuff, right? So far, so good? Now, if I go to Zillow, I'm going to find other information. And if I go to Facebook, I'm going to find other information. Now, what if we took all of that and put it together in a powerful listing presentation? So let me show you what I'm talking about. First, I said, okay, we need a cover slide. We need a slide that's going to open up your listing presentation. So what did I do? I took her logo and I put it in the top left-hand corner. I took our influencer logo, so she looks like an influencer. I took the 5 stars from Google, said she's Google rated, and then I took her digital banner, and then I took her QR code from her digital card. I pieced together an opening slide for her listing presentation. She could print this, she could email this, she could put it online as a website, she can do anything she wants with it. So far, so good? Everybody think this is a decent opening slide, like a cover page for your listing presentation? You could go simpler than this, but what I'm trying to give off is that Anna is an authority in the space. She's got Google reviews. She's an influencer. She's doing social media. Okay, she's with EXP. She could be with any company. She's got her realtor. She's got her phone number and her QR code. Everybody think pretty good opening slide? Looks great. Love it. Awesome. And of course, you can customize this. I'm just giving you guys an idea of what you'd want to open with. I have a very similar opening slide for myself. Okay. Then what's the next slide? The next slide is going to be her bio. So we would be like about Anna or about Veronica or about Charles or about Chris. And again, I put that same digital banner to keep that branding consistent. I put that same QR code to say, hey, you can scan this to get my digital card, get my information. I put her bio, which exists on Realtor, Zillow, Homes.com, Facebook. She's got her bio everywhere. And you all should have a bio. And if you don't have a bio, by now you should use AI to rewrite your bio. Because AI will write your bio like amazing, right? So now we've got a cover image, we've got an about page. So far, so good, right? That's two things, cover, about. Next thing, designations, certifications, specializations. Let's get a little deeper to show that she really understands the market. She's taken classes, she's gotten certified, she has designations. I'm sure all of you have something like this. And your designation should show up on realtor.com if you check the right boxes, right? So all I did here for these first slides is I screenshotted her digital banner. For the second slide, I copied her bio, I screenshotted the digital banner, I screenshotted the QR code. Pretty straightforward, right? The next slide, I screenshotted the designations that she had on realtor.com. Are we all following so far? If you're following, say I'm following. If you're lost, I'm moving too fast, say lost or moving too fast. Just want to get a sense of the room. Following, following, following. Awesome. So keep moving along here. What else can I add to this listing presentation that's going to make Anna look like an authority in her space? I got her bio, her digital branding, her QR code, her designations and certifications. And by the way, yeah, great question, Julia. How did I put it all together? I built this in Canva. I'm on a Canva slide deck right now. Nothing crazy. This is Canva 101. I teach about Canva all the time. Okay? Canva is the best thing ever. Right? I just screenshotted and dropped this stuff in. I even used Canva's virtual background. Forget PowerPoint, James. Sorry. PowerPoint to me is 1990. Okay? I'm just being straight up. Canva blows away PowerPoint. Okay? And why is because you have things like background remover. So I remove the background behind Anna, and now I can use Anna's photo on every page. Okay? So then what did I do? Well, I wanted to create a slide for her track record. So I put my track record. I got Anna's Canva background here. I got her QR code on the right. And then I screenshotted the top of her Zillow profile, because Zillow has the best summary of what you've done. Whether you like Zillow, you don't like Zillow, I don't care. I'm just going to get a screenshot of a track record. And Zillow had a pretty good track record. Now, you don't have to use Zillow's screenshot. You could go write your own track record. But if you go on some of the best websites out there, like luxury presence sites, Agent Image, you name it, you're going to see stats. Over 1 billion sold, over 700 properties sold. I've been in the industry for 27 years. Great. Put your track record on one slide. So for Anna, it was 26 properties sold in 12 months, 588 total sales, price range between 41,000 and 1.5 million, average price range 431K. Here's a couple properties that I sold in the last 30 days. Pretty good track record page, right? Everybody tracking? Would you consider this a decent track record page? I'm sure you could add more to it, but this is something you need. People want to know your track record. If you're going to come to my house and say, I'm going to sell your house, Alex, I want to know, have you done it before? Right? And if you haven't, you're going to have to fake it till you make it. And if you have, I want to see that track record. I want to see that you sold something in the past 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever you got. Now, if you don't have a track record yet, I get it. We're going to fake it till you make it. We're going to leverage the company's track record. We're going to leverage your team's track record, right? If you work at Douglas Elliman, we're going to leverage Douglas Elliman's 100 years of being in the business and how many billions and billions of dollars they've sold, right? Or if you're at EXP, we're going to leverage the track record of EXP and the fact that they're global. If you work at Coldwell Banker, that they've been in X amount of years in the business. Leverage your team, leverage your company. In fact, I didn't add it, but I would add another company track record slide. Something I'm going to add in the future, right? Lori says, I need someone to help me. I have your program. Zillow is showing no sales for me. So Lori, that's a great question. Zillow allows you to go into the dashboard and claim your sales. It's right in their dashboard in the profile. We actually don't provide support on that. The only reason we don't is because we don't know your sales. If I could go in there and just click, here's your sales, I would, but it's not that easy. We have to know exactly what you sold. You can upload a spreadsheet to Zillow. You can claim them in public records, etc. Oh, Anna's on the call. She says, I love the picture. What about if you brought a buyer? Can you claim those? You can actually. So there is ways to do that as well. Now, I went into Anna's Zillow profile and I screenshotted the beautiful map that Zillow provides. Isn't this a beautiful map? It's showing how Anna has over 588 properties she's sold in her career, and they're all plotted on the map. Do you know how much time it would take you all to do this? Forget it. Like, I wouldn't even do it, right? But Zillow did it for you. So you may not like Zillow, but guess what? They're giving you an amazing screenshot here of your experience in real estate. Like, Anna's on the call. Anna, isn't this a pretty powerful slide to say, check me out? I got 588 properties that I've done, and look at the areas I've covered. To me, that's pretty powerful. Anybody else? Let me know in the chat. I think this is a power slide. Now, if you've got any experience in the industry, this slide is gold. It's a map of what you've sold. Pretty valuable, right? Larry says absolutely. Robert says yes. Michael says yes. So what else? And I put on the top sold properties in the area. So now I'm going to meet the homeowner. He's like, oh, wow, you've sold all these properties in the area. This is amazing. Then I took the list view too. Why not take a screenshot of the list view that Zillow has so they can see, like, oh, she's sold in Tempe, she's sold in Scottsdale, she's sold in Chandler, because they want to have comfortability that you've sold in their areas, right? So however I can present it on a map, in a list, all the different ways, now I'm feeling more comfortable. If Anna walked into my home, I'd be like, whoa, Anna, all right, 588 properties sold in all my nearby neighborhoods. You do digital marketing. You got a QR code. You got a great bio. You've done designations and certifications. Pretty cool, right? And all I did was screenshot her Zillow profile. This is not rocket science, everybody. This is just leveraging what already exists online. And I'm putting it into a Canva slide deck to make it look presentable. Now, here's why Canva slide decks are cool. Because a Canva slide deck can be a shareable link. I'll reemphasize this later. I just created for Anna an entire listing presentation that is a shareable link. Canva can convert it into a website, right? So I got a shareable link, I got a website, and yes, Canva Premium. Why would you not pay for Canva Premium? That's my question. It's peanuts. Right? Like, at this point, if you're not using Canva and you're a realtor, I'm sorry, you're missing out. And for the couple dollars that it is, I would go pro all day long. Now, here's the beauty of this. I'm screenshotting stuff. I'm putting together a presentation. It can be exported as a PDF. It can be shared as a shareable link. It can be turned into a website. They actually converted into a website for you. So now you can link from your digital card to your listing presentation. No brainer, right? Does this make sense? Are we following? How many of you already see the potential here, right? And why you'd want to start documenting all of your amazing accolades. Yes, it's a printable form as well. PDF, printable, image, website, clickable, all of it from one place. And the beauty is, if you go build a website, you know how much your website designer will love you if you send them this? How do I know? I was a web designer for 24 years. And every agent, I would say, please tell me you have a listing presentation. And 98% of the time, the answer would be, no, Alex, my company provides me this amazing standard presentation for my company, but I have nothing for me. And I'm like, nightmare. I have to start from scratch. Now we don't have to start from scratch. It's all online. Screenshot away, right? Pretty cool. So far, so good. I'm going to keep going because there's way more that we're going to pack into this thing. I'm going to show you, Robert, how to link it to your digital card too. So then I say, hey, homeowner, I'm going to give you Zillow exposure, right? Obviously, I'm going to give you MLS exposure. I'm going to give you realtor.com exposure. I'm going to give you homes.com exposure. Why? That's all included for free. You don't have to be premium or premier to have exposure on these portals. Those portals got your listings. Why? Because the industry gave it to them. So now let's leverage that. What about putting your listing on Google, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn? You can say you got that kind of exposure for your client, right? So now I'm showing that if you list with me, I'm going to give you exposure on realtor.com too. So now I screenshot the realtor.com map of all of Anna's listings. So now I had a Zillow screenshot. I got a realtor.com screenshot. I'm telling the homeowner I'm going to give them exposure on both, right? Julia says, I want to scan Anna's QR code, but I'm on my phone and don't know how. All you do is open your camera and you point it to the QR code and a link will appear. Okay. But yes, you want to provide a QR code to your homeowners to show that you're tech savvy, to show that you have a digital card, to show that you're in 2025, not in 1988, right? Or 1977 or whatever year we want to go back to. You get where I'm going? So now I've shown some Realtor, I've shown some Zillow, maybe I show some homes.com. If you're doing anything else, I would show that too. And now I say, not only that, but I'm also a digital marketing expert. Now, whether you believe you're a digital marketing expert or not doesn't matter. You need to own it. You are a digital marketing expert. Just the fact that you're putting the listing into the MLS already makes you a digital marketing expert. Now, to what degree? Up to you, right? Now, I would say I'm a digital marketing expert on Google because I have a lot of Google reviews and I post on Google. I'm a digital marketing expert on YouTube because I do YouTube videos for my properties. I'm a digital marketing expert for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn because I share my properties on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Truth is, you should all be doing this, right? You're kind of doing a disservice to your client if you're not at least posting on Google, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Agree or disagree? Let me know in the chat. And I know not everybody's doing this, but I do want to point it out. As a homeowner, I would be a little upset if somebody said, I'm not going to put you on Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. I'd be like, what? You're not? Okay, I'll work with an agent that will. Right? Not you? Okay, not you then. Right? You're not going to put me on realtor.com? Okay, not you then. You're not going to put me on Zillow? Okay, right? I want exposure. I want my home sold. Tell me you're going to put me everywhere, right? At the very least, call yourself a digital marketing expert just for the fact that you have these profiles set up. Because you don't want to lose a listing. I had a client did an amazing listing presentation, right? I don't know if she used a listing, but she said, I did an amazing presentation and I felt like the homeowner was going to list with me. The next morning, they emailed me and said, sorry, we didn't list with you because you had no digital presence. Yes, this is a real thing happening. Anybody lost a listing because they went with somebody that had more digital presence, or they had more Google reviews, or they had more digital exposure? Let's be honest. Anybody in this call lose a listing to somebody because the other agent had more digital exposure? I'm sure there's somebody on this call because I hear stories of this all the time. And Chris says, not yet. We don't want a not yet, right, Chris? I don't even want you to ever have to deal with that, right? So we want to build that into your presentation. Build in that you're a digital marketing expert. Drop in those logos, the Google, the YouTube, the Facebook, all of that. Julia says, I lost a development. Matt says, yes, too many times. See, it's already happening, everybody. And there's people on this call that don't even know it happened to them. You know why? Because they never called you to tell you. They're not going to be, oh, by the way, you lost the listing. No, they just didn't list with you, right? Yeah, sometimes we don't even know the reason we didn't get the listing, right? But why take a chance? Let's leverage these logos. Let's leverage these portals. I hear so much negative talk about Zillow this, Realtor that, home. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Screenshot their logo and screenshot their website and leverage that into your marketing. That's the way to flip the script. Make sense? So Digital presence. I would have a slide for my digital presence, and I would show them my Facebook page. I would show them my realtor.com, my LinkedIn, my Google, my YouTube, show them all the screenshots because they exist online, right? And if you do them right, they're going to look good and they're going to look consistently branded. So now you've got a beautiful digital presence to showcase. Then I would show them my social media exposure. Hey, I'm on Facebook. Look at everything I'm doing on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. They may or may not look you up, but if you proactively show them this, they are less likely to look you up and look for red flags because you proactively showed it to them. Make sense? Laura says, I don't see a QR code on any accounts. We don't put the QR code on the account. I'm putting it here on the listing presentation because on the listing presentation, it makes sense. It's a leave behind. It's something they can look at. They'll take a picture of. On social media, you don't necessarily put a QR code in the banner, just for clarity. Then I talk about Google exposure. So we talked about digital presence. We talked about real estate profile exposure. We talked about social media exposure. Now let's talk about Google exposure, right? Hey, I've got a Google business page with X amount of reviews. I'm posting on my Google business page. When you list with me, you're going to get exposure on Google. True story, if you're doing it. True story, though, that you have a Google business page if you have one. So you should put that in your listing presentation. So far, I'm not done yet. Are you seeing things? Actually, let me know. How many things can you see to add to your listing presentation just based on what I've covered so far? Is it one thing that you see to add, 2 things, 3 things, 5 things? Lots, I love it. Several, 5, all of them. Awesome. That was my intention. Like, let's open this up, everybody. You have it already. You're just not leveraging it, taking hold of it, putting together in nice listing presentation format so that people can digest it and trust you and love you and like you and list with you, right? They could even share this presentation with their friends and their family and say, look, we made the right choice, right? We made the right choice. Like my mom, for example, when she listed her home, she asked my brother, she asked me, they did research. And in the end, they chose my realtor both times, by the way. I just got to say that, brother. Both times they chose who I recommended because I knew who could list and sell their home properly, right? And I love my brother. I'm just giving a jab. But what I'm saying is they want to feel confident that they made the right choice when they sit around the dinner table and say, hey, we chose Anna to list our home because she gave us this amazing listing presentation. There's a good feeling that goes across the table, right? I love it. Julia says, I have a listing presentation. I'll be creating something similar when the call ends. Good content, great idea. Do you have a Canva project for us to copy? Lori, watch what I got at the end there. So let's keep going. Instagram Reels. If you're posting Instagram Reels, you want to put that in your listing presentation, right? Instagram posts, if at the very least, but Reels is what everybody's talking about now. So you kind of want to feed into what the general public is talking about, right? They're talking about Instagram Reels. Let me put it in my presentation. They're talking about YouTube Shorts. Anna's posting YouTube Shorts. We're doing it for her. So put that in the presentation. Anna, are you loving this so far? I'm giving you this presentation, by the way, for being the example. So let me know if you love what you see so far. We'll be able to customize it. But this is what you all need to be putting in there to blow people away so they're like 100% sure that you're the right person to list with, right? Then your website exposure. You all spent a ton of money on your websites, but you may not put it into your listing presentation. Throw that in there as well, right? Now let's get into the reviews and your reputation. Anna has an amazing reputation, 144 Google reviews. Sharon says, how do you all get to do my YouTube shorts? You just hire us, Sharon. We have a service for that. It's called Influencer. Anna says, I'm totally in love with it. Reputation, everybody, is so important. The number one thing I do when I hit the road, and my team like loves me and hates me for this, is I shoot video testimonials like crazy. I go to an event, I get like 15 video testimonials. Why? Because I can turn those into a text testimonial. I can put them online. I can showcase them, right? So you want to get as many reviews as possible, right? So Anna's doing an amazing job. She's got 144 Google reviews, top notch, right? Put that in your listing presentation. Put your digital card in your listing presentation. Show off how many reviews you have. You don't have a lot of reviews? No problem. Here's the trick, everybody. Fake it till you make it. Put your company's reviews on there. You're at Coldwell Banker. Go see if Coldwell Banker has several hundred reviews on their Google business page. Go see if they have thousands or hundreds or millions of followers on their YouTube channel, or Douglas Elliman on their YouTube channel, or EXP on their Facebook page or their Instagram profile. You don't have it? Use the company stuff. You all have no excuse now, because if you're not leveraging your own, you can leverage the company. Make sense? So we showcase all her reviews, and then we dive in and we pick a couple awesome reviews to showcase right there on the page. What did I do? I screenshotted it. That's it. I just took a screenshot of a couple of Anna's most recent reviews, and look at this. This person's literally selling Anna for her. She got, Louise, I truly could not have asked for a better realtor than Anna to help guide me through the purchase process for my first home. Responsive, patient, down to earth, knowledgeable are some of the positive descriptors I could use for Anna, and I'm struggling to think of any negative ones. I generally don't think my first purchase could have gone any better. Is that gold or is that gold? Right? Your clients are ready to share the gold with their friends, with you. But I'm just going to say it, everybody. Most of you are not asking for it. You're not asking for the review. You're not asking for the Google review. You're not asking for the video testimonial. You're not taking a bunch of pictures in front of their house with their keys. You're not sharing stories about the amazing successes. So you don't have stories to tell. Think about that. You did all that work. Go get the story. Make it a headline. Put it on a Google review. It's gold. Does that make sense? So you could put as many amazing Google reviews in your listing presentation, and I would stack it. I would stack it where like they don't even want to take your presentation because they're like, oh my God, this thing's 50 pages deep with reviews. But they get that you have a solid reputation and that you're going to crush it for them because all these stories you have of people that you crushed it for, right? Then you screenshot your Zillow reviews and say, I've got a reputation on Google. I've also got a reputation on Zillow. Oh, and by the way, I also have a reputation on Realtor.com. Just saying. Pretty smart, right? Like, why not stack it? Show them all the places where your reputation is solid. So it's undisputed, right? We want to be undisputed. So then I screenshot some more Realtor.com reviews. And then I screenshot some more Realtor.com reviews. Stack, 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 right? And then at the end, I go, let me help you. Let's get started. Here's my QR code. Let's get listed. If they haven't seen enough by now, that's a lot, right? Most of you don't have something that thick. Maybe some of you do, but there's a lot of things that you can add to it. So 1 through 100, 100 is like amazing listing presentation. 1 is like, that was weak. Where would you rate Anna's presentation right now that I screenshotted probably in like 3 to 4 hours? Okay. Jacqueline says 100. Willie says 100, 200, 100 plus. The QR code goes to her digital card. 100, 100. Pretty wild, right? So I was doing this and I started doing this because Mara's like, we got to put together this killer presentation for everybody, show them how to do a listing presentation. I'm like, this is going to be fun. I'm going to do it for Anna. And I started doing it and I'm like, wait a second. This is actually something that a lot of you might even need, right? Like maybe I can just create these, or maybe I can have my team or my company create these. And I'm not here to sell anything. I just really thought this is valuable. And many of you may not have this, or you want to include this in your presentation. And I'm just getting feedback, right? Like if we were to create this for you, just curious because I don't even know what to charge for something like this. If we were to create this for you, what would you pay for it? Is it $100? Is it $200? Is it 500? I have no idea. I just know like it'll take X amount of time to do, but I know we can do it because we have your headshots, we have your social media, we have all of your stuff, we have your digital banners. All the stuff is online already. Like we could put it together for you, right? So I was just thinking
Well,
about that. So then I took it a step further. I went, okay, let me go try to put it together for somebody else. So I went and took a random agent that doesn't even exist. And I said, how far can I take this? Let me see how far I can take this. So I went and I made a copy of the presentation. And then I started putting in like Reese Miller and then Reese Miller's bio, and then started screenshotting stuff and then putting in Reese Miller's digital profiles. And I'm like, wow, we could do this for all of you. This would be pretty cool, right? We could like start cloning it and then we could export this thing, right? Check it out. I can export it as a public link. I could export it as a PDF. So I can give you a PDF format, a copy link format, and a website link. So check this out. This thing is now a website, like agent name dot my Canvas site. Pretty wild,
sure. If
right?
I may just let me
Yeah.
just interrupt. One of the things nobody's mentioning, but I just want to bring up to everybody's attention to put it best, as Laura Straitman just said, boom. So here what we're doing is we're removing all the complexity, all the figuring out things, all the, well, you could try this, try that, all the things that maybe won't work. Because I actually took a lot of time to research on this. I went all over my AI, I checked out YouTube, and they all are very complicated. So the best you come up with is your best guess. But here you have Mr. Montalenti actually remove all the complexities and took full advantage of this technology and put it in a simple, hey, click here, you'll be blown away. So just acknowledge the fact that this is insane. Cost wise, come on now. How many people do you know that can make all this complexity, make it so simple that is perfect for your real estate business? So I just want to say, Mr. Montalenti, thank you for your contribution and for your genius.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, and somebody's like, well, you already know the price. I don't know the price. I don't, because here's the thing. I thought about it. I'm like, okay, what can we price this at? How can we offer it to you? All that. And then I started thinking, wait a second, everybody's unique, right? So Anna has 140 reviews, so she might want 10 pages of Google reviews, or she might want like all her listings in there. Everybody's going to want custom stuff. So then I was like, okay, yeah, like a test panel, right? Like I'll offer some of you that are interested to do it with us, and we'll just price it based on our time, right? Like if we're gonna do more for you, we'll do a little more. We're gonna do less for you, we'll do a little less. So I don't know which way to go with it. I just figured let's see if there's interest. We can build it. I know we can build it because we have all the elements, right? So we have your photos, we have your banners, we have that, all that good stuff, right? So I figure for now, I'm not selling this. I just want to get feedback, and I'm getting overwhelming feedback that a lot of you are like, I'm in, I want this, let's do it. So I just showed you how to do it. Obviously, you can go do it. But if you want us to do it, you want us to consider doing it for you, the best thing is to text. What was the keyword that you created just now, Mario?
It was you got me by surprise here. Oh my goodness.
Master LP, Master LP. So just
Thank you.
text Master Listing Presentation, Master LP to
Yeah.
516-400-4161, and we'll
Yeah.
come up with something probably custom for each of you, and we'll just talk to you. Like, hey, do you want this? How far do you want me to go with it? How far
And
do you want our team to go with it?
I apologize. Again, I have to interrupt, and I'm gonna say, Mr. Montalenti, please don't be so coy.
What's
These
going?
people want it. Somebody explain to Mr. Montalenti what's coy, okay?
I don't know that word.
Everyone is saying, take my money and give it to me. Save me time, make me money, make me look like a superstar. What else do I need to know? Everybody gets it. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Everyone is overwhelmingly excited because this is not something you find anywhere. There's no template for this. There's no some generic solution. And you built it. It's incredible. Everybody who wants to define for Mr. Montele what's coy. Coy means kind of like you're a little bit shy, like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't hold hands on the first date, type of thing. Okay.
All right. Well, here's the code to text in. It's master LP. Just text that to 516-400-4161. And
Are you
Mario,
sharing your screen?
I was trying to. Let's see what happened here.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
There we go.
Okay, Chris says, I don't think Alex is coy. He says, okay, Chris, point taken.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, here we go. Let's go back here. Share screen.
Done. There you go, Lori, action taker.
There you go. Now, can you see it?
Yes, sir. Master text master LP at 516-400-4161.
Awesome. So that's really what I wanted to create for you all today is show you how easy it is to build this, show you how we can build it for you, create this this kind of winning listing presentation concept because I think everybody needs that and you need to update it over time, right? Because you're going to get new listings, you're going to get new Google reviews, you're going to have new stuff come along the way. And I know for myself, I'm always updating my own resume, bio, listing presentation, sales presentation. Robert says, you hinted about this in the previous training. So how do you link it from Canva to an Instacart? So on your Instacart, you all have menu items. And in those menu items, we could create one called listing presentation, and we just link that thing right to your listing presentation in Canva. And they don't have to have, this is the beauty though. Your customers don't need Canva to see this thing. It's public. So Canva creates a publicly viewable link, right? The PDF you download, you go print it. I would go print it and get it like bound and make it beautiful. And now you've got this listing presentation, right? You could always add pages to it. Yeah, Tyler says you could do it for buyer presentations as well. 100%. Awesome. Let's see if I got other questions. Julia says I could desperately use your help with this today. Like, yeah, I feel you. I wish somebody would do my presentations. I'm still doing my own. Still in that. That's still part of my 80, Mario. We got to get that out of my 80.
So I have to disagree with the gentleman that said you're not coy. I say you are being coy. And yes, you guys learn from our mistakes, okay? Don't get bogged down with all the nonsense you could be doing just because you can. Only do that which really makes you successful. Focus there. It's so good. Everyone is really excited. Who here? I remember back in the days when I used to do presentations and people were excited when they were like, "Oh my gosh, I love this! This is great! You're gonna grow my social media. You're gonna do this." And I was like, "Put in the comments, shut up and take my money." People are like, "Shut up and take my money," and it was like fun. That's how things happen. It's exciting. It's we see the heart behind it. We see the benefit. It's clear. It's clear. It's awesome.
Yeah, and the beauty is I couldn't say this is doable like 5 years ago because Zillow didn't have the map feature, Realtor didn't have that map feature. Your social media was not there yet, really, right? Your Google reviews were definitely not there yet. And for some of you, they're still not there, right? But at least I have stuff to work with now. Like 10 years ago, no way. I had nothing to work with. I couldn't even put together a website based on what was online. Yes, Bill, you can share this with other agents. Steve says, let me know about the video training. There's no cost for that video training, Steve, that we're going to do. That's with Sean Cannell. Oh, do you want to drop the link, Mario, for people to register for that training on April 10th?
Absolutely. All right. Who wants that incredible training? Who knows this Mr. John? Is it John or Jean?
Sean Cannell.
Okay, who's familiar with Mr. Sean Cannell? Anybody? Say, yeah, I know the guy. I know him. Me. No. Yes, some yeses. He's great. 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 So we basically brought a giant. And the giant said, I love what you guys are doing. Can we work together? Can we play together? We said, say the word, baby. So
Well,
here it is for everyone.
You know how it
Oh,
happened,
let's
right?
hear it. Let's hear it. I don't know.
So my best friend, one of my best friends, Mario's my number one best friend, but one of my best friends, Ben Azadi, started building his YouTube channel from nothing, and he hired Sean Cannell. And next thing you know, now my friend Ben has 360,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he's paying his rent from his YouTube channel. And I'm like, I got to go see what this is all about. So I went to the event, and I'm like, oh damn, these people know what they're talking about. And then I run into him at Keller Williams family reunion because I guess they hired him to come speak at their event. So I cornered him. I'm like, Sean, I went to your event. You're best buddies with Ben. You must come and talk to my audience. And he's like, all right, I'll do it for you. So that's kind of how I twisted his arm into it, is like I went to his stuff. I'm a follower. So Mario just put the link in the chat. If you want to join us April 10th, that's gonna be massive. You're gonna learn a lot about video. So take a moment now, click on the link, get registered so you won't even think about it. It'll be blocked. We all have busy schedules. The sooner you block it in your calendar, the better. But he's gold. This guy, I follow him. He's massive. 3 million subscribers on YouTube is, I mean, that's probably just his YouTube channel alone must pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars per month just from the advertising. What time is it scheduled for? Let me click on the link. It is scheduled for April 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, that'll be one of our most attended events for sure. That'll be a milestone for Real Greater because this person is what do we call them? OG. Is an OG for YouTube. He's been doing this for the longest. He earned his place there, and he knows everything that comes out of his mouth is gold.
You want to put the link one more time? Somebody's asking for it, Mario.
Okay, one more time for everyone. Here we go. Boom.
And I just want to thank you all for being here with me today. It has been awesome. The last thing I'll leave you with is this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So if you want to be part of our future master classes on Fridays, if you didn't do it already, text training to that number. If you want to give me a 5-star review, if you already did it, don't do it again. They won't let you. You can only do it once. But if you want to give me a 5-star review and share with me what you learned, how valuable it was for you, what you got out of today's call, I love reading those reviews. You can go to realgreaterreview.com. Mara, if you want to put the link in the chat for that. And if you want to invite a friend to these trainings in the future, influencerexperttraining.com. That's how you register for every Friday. You know how Mario sends you these cool text messages and quizzes on like how to join the class. If you just know that you want to join, it's always influencerexperttraining.com. Mario, there's a question from Larry King reminding us not to forget his question. Can you make sure that gets answered? Or let me
Will
know
do.
if it is.
Yeah. I'm gonna save the comments right now. Okay, I'm saving. There it is. I just saved the chat. I'll be able to review it and hit you back later, Larry. And one more thing, Mr. Montalente, you did not mention, but I would like to do that, everyone. If you could stop sharing your screen, I just want to say this from the bottom of my heart because I think it's time. So, everyone, it is clear you all love Alex Montalenti. He's an incredible speaker, and he is completely committed to bringing incredible value to the industry. And he's only getting started, right? And I just want you to know that Alex is actually a public speaker. So if you have your brokers or your associations or your entire teams need somebody to come and speak and actually make a huge difference, make an impact, he's ready for you. We have an entire page. You guys can find out exactly his schedule, availability, what topics he can cover, how he can train your people, motivate your people, put you guys all on fire. We'd really appreciate you guys in keeping him in mind and have him speak in front of your people and make a huge difference.
Thank you, Mario.
Absolutely.
And Julia, for your influencer account, every Monday I do a call, Julia, to show you everything about your account. I do those live. So sometimes if you're stuck in our program, like you're like, I don't know really how this works or what I signed up for or how this whole thing goes down, every Monday I do a complete review call to show you everything. I personally do those calls every single Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can sign up for that at welcomerealinfluencer.com. It's in your dashboard, Julia. but I never want anybody to say that they're stuck. So I just want to make sure you get that support.
I'll contact you today, Julia. All right.
And I'm going to send the presentation over to you. I got you on text. No problem, Julia. We're here to help. Sharon, I need that as well.
All right. I just saved the chat. Let's wrap it up, please.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Thank you
be
so
here
much,
another half
everybody.
hour.
Have an amazing weekend. Send me your feedback. Put a testimonial up. I really love reading those. It lights up my weekend. I know that I'm crushing it for you all. And next week, we're bringing a new topic. So, Mari, do you know what next week's topic is?
No, sir. I do
Right.
not on the top of my
I'll be
head.
working on it this weekend. So the work starts as soon as I finish one, I start working on the next one. That's why you get fresh content every week with us. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.